You can't do whatever you want in a relationship. I know that a lot of people like to do things their own way, but that isn't always possible when it comes to being in a relationship. When you enter into such a partnership, you have to keep in mind what it entails. Whether you are married or not, you need to set clear boundaries and communicate to your partner what you are willing to share. And while the following instance may not seem like a big deal, these kinds of things can cause a lot of drama in the long run. You see, the people in this story just bought a new house and the husband decided to give an extra key to his mother in case of emergencies. Now, this honestly doesn't sound like a bad idea, but his wife was not happy with this decision at all. Now, he had talked about this with his wife beforehand, but she had refused. Now, rather than letting it go, he went behind her back and did it anyway because he had bought the home with his own money and he didn't think his wife should have any say in it. He starts off the story by saying that he recently bought a house and that he received no help from his wife.
I recently bought a one-story house. Note that it was purchased solely by me, my wife did not help save for it and it's in my name.
So when his mother asked for a key to the house, he was more than happy to oblige.
When my parents threw us a party for this happy occasion, Mom asked for a copy of the key in case of an emergency. I let her have it, which made my wife upset. She didn't say anything at the time, but she waited till we were alone and started arguing with me, saying I shouldn't have let my mother have a copy of the key. I said, why? Since my
This did rub the wife the wrong way, as she was not happy about it at all.
Mother is known to respect privacy and is a very trusted member in the family. She said that she does not feel comfortable with the idea of someone else, who's not a resident, to have a copy of the key. She also brought up how my mother didn't pay a penny towards the house, so this should disqualify her from getting the key. I said it was not a big deal, but she kept persisting, saying I need to take the key back.
Rather than trying to understand where she was coming from, he got angry with her, which only made it worse.
Quite frankly, this had me fuming. I pointed out that I'm the one who bought the house and it's my decision to decide who gets to have a copy of the key. End of story. She screamed at me, saying that, technically, she did contribute towards the house savings back.
She clearly did not like how he handled the situation, which is understandable.
When she used to pay for our rent and daily expenses while I saved money, I told her that she was acting as if I put my mom's name on the title, which is ridiculous, but she said that I have no respect for her opinions and keep undermining her input.
And this has led to numerous arguments within their households.
We've been going back and forth on it since then. She's now letting me know that if I don't take the key back, then she'll do it herself. I think she's being irrational and unreasonable, acting like that over a copy of the house key. This decision I made could save us in case of an emergency, but she kept downplaying it.
Which finally led him to the internet asking others for advice.
I think it's crucial to mention that there's no conflict between my mother and my wife. They're on near perfect terms, alright? I thought that I've already established that above.
He does say that the relationship between his wife and his mother is spectacular, but there must be a reason why she doesn't want her to have a key to their house. And one thing that does weird me out a tiny bit is the fact that he talks about the house like it belongs to only him, even though she paid for everything all these years just so they could get a house in the first place. I don't know about you, but something smells fishy in this particular story. People in the comments were not on his side at all.
And that is why you can't trust no one when it comes to money. You played your wife.
And most, if not all, called him out for his wording.
You probably told her you would save for a shared home, and that's why she should support you and pay your share of the rent. Now, she didn't contribute a penny to your house.
So he is wrong in this context, according to a lot of people.
Your house, she gets no say. But you, mom, does, lol. You are in a holy.
Some people were also confused as to why he thinks she didn't pay towards the house.
I'm a bit confused as to how OP can admit that the wife paid rent while he put his savings towards a house, then go back and say the wife didn't contribute. There's a lot of unanswered questions here.
When she did indeed help him save.
Does he really not understand that if she wasn't paying the entirety of the rent, then he would not have been able to save as much? How long was she paying rent and how much did he have in savings before she started doing that? What was the actual agreement there?
Though it is clear that we need more of the story, and what information we do get here is not enough.
And on that note, why is the wife not making a bigger deal out of not having her name on the house? Did she agree to it for some reason that benefits her? Is this actually a bigger deal to her than OP is letting on, and that's why she's so resistant to the idea of his mom getting a key? Does he pull the "it's my house" thing often? It feels like OP left out a huge chunk of the story here.
What are your thoughts on this? Do you think his wording in the post points to something more? Or do you think they can work it out by just communicating better? What would do if your partner did this? Comment down below and let us know. Also, don't forget to share this story with your friends so they can join in the discussion as well.